ngayon.
Aloha to all of you joining us from Hawaii every other Wednesday here on Kababayan Today. I'm sure if you're not very familiar, we also do regular immigration updates.
This American Dream segment is brought to you by Aquino & Lowe Law Firm, answering your immigration questions.
Attorney Richard Lowe, so many changes are being talked about, debated upon in terms of immigration reform.
Yes, and really what you're going to see changing is the way that people come into the United States and who can come in. And that's going to be a real big change, not just getting the people who are here now without papers or without documents into a legal status, but how other people, if you're outside the United States, coming into the United States, a big change.
Let's talk about some of those changes. And these are, let me make it clear, proposed changes.
That's absolutely correct.
Right,
yes.
Exactly. But it's good to know right away.
Yes.
So then, we kind of think about other ways and other options. The first one is the elimination of F4 visa category. What is F4?
F4 is the U.S. citizen petitioning for their siblings, brothers or sisters outside the U.S. or inside the U.S. And that category has notoriously, especially for Filipinos, taken forever.
Yes. They say just forget about it. You'll just waste your time and your money.
Yeah, and a lot of, because 20 years, 30 years maybe. But really, with the elimination of the F4, what's happening is that now really you should file that petition because you're not going to be able to do so in the future. There's no future planning for this.
Okay.
It's gone. That category is gone. The other thing is...
But they will honor that if you file it now, before the laws change.
Prior to enactment, they will honor it. And the other thing is that they are going to phase out these people that are in the backlog so that by 2022, everybody will have gotten out of the F4 category. So if you're not going to wait 20 years for that visa to become current, you're going to wait 10, 12 years to get your sibling
so
here.
it's faster.
It's faster.
And this includes step siblings and half siblings as well.
That's correct. Steps and halves are included.
Now this one is going to go away. Curtailing of F3 visa category, married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. What's happening currently and what's going to change?
Well, right now, a U.S. citizen can petition for their adult children and their adult married children at any time. But what they're going to do now is cap the adult children at 31. So you have to file that petition for your adult child before that child turns 21 if they're married.
How does this affect us when people are getting married later in life anyways?
Yeah, there's partly that too, and I think some of it is people who are becoming permanent residents as they're older, and maybe their siblings are older, maybe they become older, and so their children are older. So it's going to be something you have to think about as you're becoming a permanent resident, whether you want to file that petition immediately for your son or daughter and not wait because you don't want them to be capped out.
And another thing, a streamlined process of DACA beneficiaries. And what is DACA again?
DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals.
Okay.
And basically what it is if you get into the DACA program now, they're going to be able to take you into what they're calling registered permanent immigrants, RPIs, and so what that category, without having to refile. So basically you're just going to do a little background check and then back you're into this new category. So it's a good way of starting the process now and getting into what will be the system later. And it's a streamlined system also for citizenship at that point.
So basically what I'm getting from this conversation is don't wait, don't delay, file now. If you fall under any of these categories and you know anyone, tell them about this too, because once the new bills are in place, you can't go back.
That's right. And really, we're thinking that this is going to happen sometime this summer. So really, you need to really focus on doing the things that you can do now for your future.
And the first step is to call that number on the screen so you can consult with them and they can give you all these options and explain everything to you. Thank you and more power to you.
Thank you.
May Day workers issues when we return on the show. Don't go away.